unboxing is a book that was available starting April 20th, and it is from, I think it's distributed from Penguin Random House, but it might be from Candlewood Press. Let's take a look. Ooh, that's pretty. So, what you might not be able to see, but it's a painting, but then if you get really close, you see these kind of like mechanical illustrations, almost like drafting, and they're in white. And I'm not quite sure what these are. It's almost like mechanical specs of how a bird flies. Oh, that makes sense. This is about how to make a bird. Like if you were to like design it on a drawing board. And it's by Meg McKinlay, illustrated by Matt Ottley. So we'll see. Is this sort of like a industrial design, drafting, engineering type of approach to birds? And so this is the kind of the description. So it really is like, what is a bird composed of? And hundreds of tiny hollow bones and feathers. And it is a picture book of, I think, how things work. Oh, and here we go. Here is like sort of those mechanical drawings that I believe these are the same ones that are on the cover. And it is a book by Candlewood Press. So looks like a nice kind of STEM engineering approach to like a biology topic. And here we have a child who is clearly curious and interested in how the world works. They have this like bones of this huge fish that's, you know, part of this collection of objects. And I also like how, you know, this child is just like full of wonder and curiosity, staring out the window. And then even the posters on the wall just show, you know, curiosity for the world around this person. And also like just kind of like creative. I mean, like the bed is a makeshift, you know, trunk and crate. And the table is also, you know, found objects. And books too. And so, you know, sort of wondering like, hey, how do you make a bird? And, you know, perhaps the child found, you know, the remains of a bird with all the bones, like, you know, almost like, you know, archaeologists would, you know, dig up dinosaur skeleton. And even like, you know, it's kind of dilapidated, like a, I mean, it could be like a lighthouse, or it could be like, you know, those towers where they, but it actually, I don't know, maybe it's a house. I was thinking like, oh, it could be a tower where they, you know, they look for, you know, like a lifeguard tower, but it's actually more complicated. But it's also just curious, right? Because it's like an unusual house. There's a boat. For a child who, you know, is like not like your typical child, like living in a, you know, even appears like the child could be living all by himself or herself. But there is sort of like a futuristic, you know, like fantasy new age vibe to it, even though it also could just be said in present tense. And here, collecting things that like if you're just gonna like literally build a bird, and it appears to be a little girl. And so here you have the first construction. Like this girl is very inventive, and literally just finding stuff around her, and it really like starts to look like a bird. And so, you know, it's like in this like is that like second person? Like you have made your bird. And so I don't know if she's thinking like, I really want this bird to be, you know, lifelike and being able to fly. But perhaps it is. Perhaps there is that element of, you know, magical realism and dreaming. But there is sort of a whimsical dream quality to a STEM subject. And I think that's really great because, you know, a lot of, you know, like when people think STEM, they think it's sort of like scientific and engineering. But there is also so much creativity in STEM, in designing and building and creating, whether it's engineering or industrial design or drafting. And it's kind of nice to combine that quality of creativity and dreaming with making. So, wow, this is a beautiful picture book. Thank you so much to Candlewood Press. And this is also available.